What's going on, everyone? This is Sheets with Adam Perry. We're going to be going over the main slate tonight on DraftKings and FanDuel as well. It's going to be an early look, but even with the early look, we like to do early builds to get an idea of what to expect and also just some more practice building. I do have an announcement to make, kind of a shout out, and this is not usually my thing, okay? Because screenshots and just someone who just happened to winning something in DFS is, it happens a lot, and we don't talk about obviously when people lose and things like that. I'm not really much of a screenshot fiend, sort of, but I do want to shout out somebody from our community who did really, really well this weekend. That would be our own Brandon Cruz. Those of you that don't know him, I mean, like I know him back from when he only did NASCAR, and we've had him with TrueDFS for like a while now, and he never complains about anything. Well, he shouldn't say that. He complains about quite a bit with respect to NASCAR and things like that. But as far as like anything else, he's usually pretty level-headed and helps out with the site quite a bit. And when you're trying to do content and play, it's exceptionally hard. And he ended up with two very, very big wins this weekend. One of them in UFC. He was one of 4 or 5 people to chop the big GPP over there for like 23,000 or something like that. And then, despite kind of a nasty stat correction in NASCAR, he ended up getting, I think, third in the lottery over there for like 10,000. So, I mean, it's always good to win, and it's always good to have people that that you root for win. And he's one of a handful of people I root for all the time. So good for him. And I hope he continues his successes. And I would love to shout that out. And interestingly about the MMA card is that for those people that think you have to go too crazy or whatever it is, that in a 12-fight card it's hard to make the optimal by itself and things like that. In the UFC card this past weekend, nobody had the optimal. The actual optimal was the winning GPP lineup with one swap out. If you swapped out Aljamain Sterling for Uran, whatever his name was, in the first fight of the night, and saved like $200 or $300 that way, you would have the only person to have the optimal. But nonetheless, really, really good job for Brandon.
Yeah,
good on him.
Big shout out. I mean, taking 2 in one day is
it's kind of insane.
It's insane. Yeah. Just think of the odds. I mean, boy.
Well, what was cool about it also was that Saturday was the UFC, and it was like 3 a.m. in the morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and he said, "Oh my God, it's so funny! I'm like a NASCAR expert, and here I am. I can't win anything in NASCAR. May as well just win the UFC." And then just kind of seal it, well, you know what? Maybe I'll win NASCAR too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was
really impressive.
Very cool. Okay. As far as tonight's go, first of all, as far as the weather goes, I don't see too much.
We're clean, at least right now.
What's that?
We're clear. We're clean.
Yeah, it looks pretty clean right now.
Yeah.
And the other thing this is like half a sales pitch or whatever it is, but one of the things also that really makes me feel good about Brandon getting the win is that, again, when we first met him, I mean, I don't know exactly how he builds his lines, whatever, but he's learned along the way of like different ways to blend his skills and his no ball stuff with knowing how to use Saber Sim and how to use the Sims and how to when to ignore it, and things like that. And he always he's someone who's gotten just legitimately a lot better at DFS over the last couple of years. And
if you use Saber Sim for just NASCAR, like, you're leaving money on the table, right? Like, Brendan's advice and his projections are just so much more. Just have all the no truck, no car. I don't know what they're right.
No car,
no wheels,
no engine, no wheels,
no engine,
yeah.
but
no vroom.
Right. But just you're leaving money on the table if you're not using his insights and his projections.
Yep. All right. So no weather issues tonight. And when I looked at this first, it seems as though this is the wrong sheet. It seems as though what I would imagine that DeGrom and Skubal would be the two best plays, and you'd have the issue of whether you can get to them or not. That would seem to be the idea. But then when I ended up running it, I was getting something different. The other thing I would like to mention, and I never want to, not never, but I rarely want to impose my own takes, my own thoughts on top of the projections, because I think they're pretty good. And when you put them within SaberSim, I think you have a pretty deadly combination. But I want to talk about two guys. So Max Scherzer, to me, this is the type of play you're supposed to fade nowadays. Just guys with good medians whose ceilings are like pretty limited. And I'd like to think that SaberSim and the Sims kind of, take that range of distribution into account when they give you exposure to guys like this or whatever. But I don't know. It's like I sometimes feel like I get too much of guys like this, and so I don't know whether that means I'm going to hope whatever that means I get less of him, intentionally get less of him, or something like that. And the other thing I want to mention is that I think this guy Schlittler's like not bad.
Yes.
And I'm like an ultimate Yankee pitcher hater, despite being a Yankee fan. Everybody pitches for the Yankees like since Ron Guidry. I just hate. You know what I mean? I hate them all. But I think this guy's not bad. And at 7,700 at 12% projected ownership, if that's real, I would rather play somebody like that than Scherzer, if that's my options. They're not my only options, but
it's always your option,
right? Right. And then you have guys that have tough matchups, like Hunter Green, tough matchup. The other thing I wanted to mention,
Skubal, is that a tough matchup because it's in Oakland, or is it a good matchup?
Yeah, I thought of that. It's definitely a volatile matchup.
Yeah,
I'll leave it at that. The other thing I wanted to mention is that this guy Oviedo, he like walks a lot of guys, but he also strikes out a decent amount of guys. So again, I don't know whether I'm going to end up playing him or whatever, but he's again probably got a decent amount of volatility. So those are my kind of just takes or whatever of these guys. I mean, obviously, somebody like DeGrom, it looks to me like he'd be a great play. But when I ran my actual first builds, I wasn't actually getting too much. Not too much, not as much of it as I thought. And we're going to get to that in a second.
That's great because I am.
Okay. DraftKings, as far as stacks goes, I would say Yankees, Detroit, Kansas City, Seattle. These are the ones that I would imagine I would get. Maybe Pittsburgh. But I did see that aside from, I don't even want to say aside from the Yankees, but even including the Yankees, there's no like incredible standout as far as I'm concerned. So we shall see what we actually get.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'll share my screen first. I'll go through my builds, and then we'll see what I actually ended up with. If I can actually find it, that would be, where is SaberSim? Here it is. So I actually lied. I thought I didn't have that much of my due. I have DeGrom and Skubal actually as the two highest. That would be 42% DeGrom, 37% Skubal, and then Hunter Green, Scherzer. As far as pitchers go, let me get back to this. So pitchers, yeah. So question is, do I want to do anything about this? We'll get to what you came up with in a second, but I wonder if the 17% Scherzer could be like better spent on other hitting combinations, for example. And Hunter Green, who is he? Is he against the Dodgers?
He's in LA.
He's in LA. You know, do I really need 20%? The answer is probably, but I figured I would just throw that in there. So maybe boosting somebody like Schlittler because of what I said. Maybe I might do that. I don't know.
See what your stacks are. What if you see what your stacks are and you move Scherzer down and then see what happens?
Yeah. Let's take a look at the stacks for a second. I'm actually pretty spread out. Yankees, my top owned stack, and that's only 19% across 163 lineups. So that's sort of interesting. And I did my usual, did 5-3, 5-2, 5 zeros and 4 fours. And then Cincinnati, San Diego, Detroit. Cincinnati and San Diego, I wasn't expecting that from my original summary. So those two are somewhat interesting. What are you getting as far as your stacks go?
So this is good because we're pretty different.
Okay.
I have 31% Yankees.
Okay.
And then I'm spread out. Now, then I've also got the San Diego, but I don't have the Cincinnati.
If you want to share your screen,
yeah, let's share it. All right. Where was I? Okay, so here I've got all the Yankees. Now, as far as 5-mans, it's a little bit more spread out, but 13% Yankee 5-mans, 12, almost 13% Kansas City, 10% San Diego. We've got Detroit, Pittsburgh, a pretty good amount, which I sort of thought, I kind of expected that. I expected to get, because they ranked as a really good value, and I kind of expected to get some of that, and even the White Sox ranked as a good value. I thought I was going to get more to that because of the high-priced pitching. I didn't get a ton, but I still have some. And then pitching is interesting because I still, like you, have a lot of DeGrom, but way more. I've got 61% DeGrom. This is using SaberSim. I'll check goalies in a minute. Then Skubal. I've got way more Scherzer. I'm a little less on Green. And then I've got the McGreevy. And then the Schlittler at the same rate. One guy I'm not getting to, because he's around the same price as those other top guys and projects a little worse, is Woodruff.
Yeah,
but he's pretty interesting.
Yeah, Woodruff has a pretty high strikeout rate, I think. I was actually looking at a little bit of that today. So I guess he would be kind of a natural pivot. It's kind of not to say hard, but I mean, Skubal looks really, really good. And it's not as though Woodruff's matchup is great. I mean, like Arizona is pretty tough.
Yeah, there's tough. One thing I wonder is, this should be captured in the betting lines, but maybe it's not, is if teams that are out of the race starting around this time of year, getting into October, just start really getting worse. They're calling up guys, they're using young guys, they have less to play for, as opposed to these teams that are still in the hunt. So I kind of wonder that about Arizona. Going up against Milwaukee, like if it just affects their ceiling a little. I don't know.
Well, maybe. Okay, so what does that look like? So if a team is sort of out of contention, well, I mean, depending on what players they come up, I have to think that's all factored into the projection. But I do think that if a team's out of contention, what that means is the team is less likely to do stuff that risks getting injury, I guess.
Yeah.
And so maybe that means, I mean, really getting way too into the weeds here. Maybe they don't try to take that extra base. You know what I mean?
Yeah, stuff like that.
Something hit to the wall. Maybe they don't try to steal bases as much,
Yeah. Look, this is quantifiable. So I say this, wondering, somebody can answer this question if it hasn't been answered already. And that's why I say, I mean, maybe that's just factored into the betting lines and I'm double counting, but I'm not sure. And I often wonder about that. I wonder about things like, is the team more likely to put in a pitcher?
Yeah.
If they're down 8 runs in the 9th. The Angels put in a pitcher in the 8th, down like 8 runs. And I was like, are they just giving up,
Somebody put a pitcher in the other day. There was a team that already had scored 10 runs, and
it was the Cubs, and the pitcher the hitter did better.
Well, I don't know if it was who were the Cubs playing?
They were playing the Angels.
No, it wasn't that one. The one
okay.
was something else, and they brought a guy in to pitch the 8th and 9th or something like that, and the guy threw nothing but 45-mile-an-hour meatballs and gave up nothing.
Yeah, that's what happened. The same thing happening as the Cubs. So the Cubs are up like 8-9 runs.
Oh, it was that. It was the Cubs. Yeah. I needed the Cubs, right? I needed the
best pitcher. Then I had 2 shutout innings.
Yep, I needed one. Listen, it's hard to be greedy when you already put 10 up on the board, but But because you usually when you have a stack that put 10 up on the board, then you're in contention for like the win. So now you even need it even more, at the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was watching that, like Suzuki and those guys couldn't quite get to whoever that pitcher was for pitcher.
One thing that's funny, like I didn't get to play the day slate yesterday. I played the afternoon, and Seattle scored 11 runs.
Yeah.
The stack that won was Cincinnati with 6 runs because Seattle was expensive, and the way it distributed, it was like Raleigh hit 2 homers and a couple other guys hit homers. Okay. So, it's just like another one of those examples of like the high price stack that does really well is not necessarily the best stack.
Not only that, but I would imagine Seattle would be more popular than Cincinnati.
Yeah. Well, no? I don't know. They had similar totals because Cincinnati was playing in Arizona.
Okay.
But yeah.
What do you got? What do you got for FanDuel, I guess?
FanDuel, yeah. Let's see. I got that run. Oh, I should say this though, just before I move on from DK. Using Goldie stuff, I'm way less Yankees, way more Kansas City. So just something to note that the inputs matter. Let's go to FanDuel. All right, FanDuel using Goldies. I've got 34% DeGrom, 30% Skubal. My next highest pitcher is Emmett Sheehan. Now only 6%, really? But I've got like 1 to 6% of like 10 guys after Skubal and DeGrom. I've got a little Sheehan, a little Scherzer, a little Schlittler, Woodruff, Rodriguez, and so on. I don't know. I mean, this Woodruff thing's interesting to me. You get none of them because Skubal and DeGrom project so well at like the same price. But God, he's got to have similar upside, right? I mean, Arizona's not bad, but Skubal's in Oakland. DeGrom could always get injured in the second inning. I mean, I don't know. Boy. See, if I was going to boost someone or do something, it wouldn't be to take down Scherzer. It would be to play a little bit more Woodruff.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. On FanDuel for me, it's kind of what I expect. It's like well, I'm getting 28% DeGrom, 27% Skubal. So you're getting how much Sheehan you getting?
6%, but he's my third highest owned pitcher.
My third highest is the aforementioned Cam Schlittler at 9.
Okay.
And then Scherzer at 7, and Oviedo actually at 6, and then Sheehan. But it's all these guys are just like. I think like Hunter Green could be like. I'm getting like 1% of him. Like, yeah, the Dodgers are rough, but
Yeah, boy. I mean, there's really 2 tiers in this slate. There's some elite pitchers, some with great matchups, and then there's just like these middling guys all over the place. But yeah, I'm getting like no Hunter Green on FanDuel.
No,
none.
Well, he's more expensive than DeGrom. He's against the Dodgers. I mean, like it's.
I know. It's funny though. I mean, just because of the price, it drops.
Yeah.
Nothing. Just because they're similar prices.
Yeah, and the Dodgers not exact. I mean, they have those cheapos in those lineups that they don't really scare me all too much. Although they've been doing pretty well. They have those other guys.
Freeman hit 2 homers.
Yeah, those other guys between Vargas and the other Freeman. Isn't there an Alex Freeman?
Oh, there's Freeland.
The Freeland, and then the guy who was 9th, whatever his name is, like rushing. Alex Call, and Conforto hasn't had a hit, I think, ever. I mean,
yeah. The thing about the Dodgers is you can only stack them with some of those guys because of the prices.
Right.
So you need those guys to do well, and they have been. But I don't know. They don't have like the greatest. They're not like the top of the order. But
what about Stacks and on FanDuel?
Yeah, Stacks is good. So I got a ton of Detroit. Not a ton, but highest one. I got 25% Detroit.
Me too.
Okay, who's your next?
Casey.
Yeah, me too. 20%.
So funny. I'm looking over at yours. I think we have like the exact same freaking lineups. It's literally right. I mean, different percentages, but literally in order: Detroit, KC, Yankees, San Diego, Milwaukee. Like literally straight down along with yours. That's so funny.
Yeah. Does your MMA like duplicate lineup thing work for baseball, we could see if we actually duplicated.
Oh, so yeah, so I'd have to get your file.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would imagine there has to be some duplicates in there.
Maybe we're using different projections though.
Right, hold
I'm
on.
using Goldies.
Let's try it. So here, this is what I want you to do. I want you to give me your download the CSV, and then hold on. And I'm gonna actually. I don't want to do the pool. I just want the
150.
Yeah. How do I just download the 161? Okay, let's just do this.
There should be download lineup.
No, the download lineups, but hold on. I know what to do. I will download entries even better. Okay, hold on a minute.
Now you've got less entries.
I have 200.
Oh, okay.
I have 211 lineups.
And I have 150.
Okay, so can you
Yeah, I'll put it in Discord. I'll message
Discord. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna test my thing. I'm gonna share my screen, and then we're gonna test the duplicate finder. Right, where are you?
All right, my lineups.
Where are you oh, there you are.
Yeah, I sent you.
Okay, so let's download these.
Wait, people should see this. Can you share your screen?
I will in a second. Hold on.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, sheets, lines. Okay, now let's do this. Hold on. I gotta cut that off. This, and then save as, and then we'll call these Adam lines. Okay. All right, let me share my screen. Where am I? Hold on, I gotta find the browser again. There you are. Okay, let's share my screen, and we're gonna test this out. All right, so first, I gotta find the tool in my thing. It's called Dupe Test. So hold on, pull that up. Okay, so what this is designed to do is if I put a whole bunch of lineups in here, it'll say which one of them are duplicated. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the sheets lines, and we're going to just drop these into this tool here. Ooh, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I set it up to use baseball. But we're going to find out in a second. And then we'll go. I don't know if I did. If I only have six entries or not. Six players. Let's see. Here are Adams. And we'll put these over here, and we'll see if it works. Let's see, we'll do the lineups. Okay. There is only one duplicate lineup.
Okay.
Yep. And I don't know what it is, but it's this, whatever this is.
Whatever this is.
So whatever this is winning. That's basically it.
Yeah.
But that is pretty amazing, actually. That's like
it's not
it's
good or bad.
Yep.
I mean, we don't want any dupes. I mean, it's baseball. 10 game slate.
Yeah.
I mean, but they're out there. Yeah. Interesting. I don't know what to make of it, but it shows you if you use similar stuff, you're gonna get similar stuff.
All right, Corey, you want me to run a late night? Let's do it. Only because I already put I'm playing it myself, so I'll run it. It's the now here's something you could cheat with. Okay, now it's definitely not the same. Okay, but these three teams are in the. Oh wait, am I?
Okay, it's.
Yeah. So I could use the same projections, but it'll be different ownerships. So.
Yeah.
No, but that's okay because this is what we could do. We could really.
Well, the other thing you have to worry about is your portfolio changes in the way it should be managed.
That's true. So look at this. So it says we couldn't match these 141 players. You want to know why? Because those 141 are not in this slate. So we ignore those. And then we will, this will be fun. Okay, so now I changed all the projections, but now what we have to do is we have to change the ownerships back to SaberSim, because the ownerships are not going to be the same for the obviously for like Scooble in the main slate will be 30,
yeah,
for example, or as opposed to 50 here. So we have this. Let's just build lineups, I guess.
Why don't you? Are you going to do anything with salary, like cap it?
No.
No. Are you going to request only 5s or?
No. Let's do.
All right.
I'll tell you what. Let's allow let's allow 4 3s just because I'm in a good mood.
I'm going to guess tons of Detroit, and your next you're going to get some Oakland against Scooble, like the
I
old
wonder if
version.
there's a rule. Do I have pitchers versus hitters in this? I don't think so.
No, that shouldn't be 3-game slate. Where's the rules?
Yeah, I don't think I have any rules here. So with no rules, that means it is going to allow the pitchers versus hitters.
I think that's fine.
All right, it's fine by me. Let's see what we get. Now, Corey, again, I'm doing this for you, but I have to give you the disclaimers. So, like the stuff that I would be getting, again, I have it in portfolio diversification mode. So my lineups that you're going to see are based on. Oh, they're not based on it because I'm running a totally different slate. That's so funny. I never even thought of this. Yeah, so I am giving you probably exactly what you want. But let's see. So
just if you have an amount of Scooble in your portfolio that you like, and you also play the night slate, it totally changes everything.
Yeah.
In your portfolio. So you have
any of these players.
Yeah. Anyone. Yeah. Alex Freeland,
Yeah, it's true. Well, let's just see what we get anyway. What do you think? You think we get some athletics against Detroit?
I think you're going to get some. I mean, it's like the old SaberSim. For sure, you'd get some. We sort by the old SaberSim. You're for sure against like a 70.
The old SaberSim might not even get any Scooble in the first place. Let's see.
You might no Scooble and stack against him.
All right, so let's see what we got. So pitchers wise, we're getting some everybody, and Scooble the top. Then actually Green and Sheehan. See. Boy, what a layover here. Scooble compared to everybody else, I guess, as far as projection goes. Well, it's a full 4 points and then a big drop down to Sheehan. Yeah, I think if you close your eyes and you played Sheehan and Green together or something like that, and hope Scooble just doesn't smash or.
Yeah.
Let's see what I'm getting stats wise. A little bit of everything, but not much Oakland or Athletics. Wow.
Sort by the old SaberSim, I bet you get.
Think so? If I went to Classic? Yeah. Let's see. We can instead of doing portfolio diversity, we'll see it. But let's see. There's no way for us to tell if there are pitchers against hitters, right? I mean, I guess we could.
We'd have to just look.
We have to do it manually. So let's see. 5-mans, Detroit, Cincinnati, San Diego.
Not that much.
Yeah, let's see how different it is when we.
Oh, okay, that's portfolio still.
Let's go to Min Uniques 2, for example, and see how that changes everything. So now, pitchers. Oh, there's Hunter Green, 55.
Yeah, now we're under on Scooble.
Now we're getting some, and JT Ginn, 31%. Let's go. Now we're getting somewhere. And then with the team stacks. All of the Cincinnati, pretty much, and then 26% Athletics. So it's good to know that the old SaberSim still it's kind of like a caged lion, just ready to caged tiger, ready to be released on the ROI universe.
So I got using Goldie's stuff. I ended up. Using Portfolio Manager, only 56% Scooble, and San Diego was my highest owned stack.
Okay.
So a little bit different using Goldie's stuff. One thing I'll say this is kind of what I was alluding to, but you almost have to have two different bankrolls. You almost have to have a night slate bankroll, a FanDuel bankroll, a main slate bankroll, if you're going to use Portfolio Manager to its optimum.
Well, let me tell you something. I don't know if I told you the statistics, but I'm gonna.
Right, that people don't play on both.
I did tell you this. Okay.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's the same case with the DraftKings, with the main slate versus afternoon slate.
Maybe.
Otherwise, I would say they should probably combine those two as well.
Yeah. So it gets pretty even on a small slate with a guy that stands out like Scooble. If you use different inputs, you still get pretty different stuff.
Yep. All right, I guess that's pretty much all I want to talk about today. I'm going to be around at 6 to go over this again. And again, shout out to Brandon Cruz. Hope he continues to do well. I certainly at this time would encourage you guys to sign up for TrueDFS, because one of the things you get is Brandon Cruz's NASCAR stuff, which is pretty sharp, and also Ace Dukas, who's probably super duper sharp. He doesn't give like picks per se, but he's got a lot of insights and a lot of tools that I still haven't figured out how to use yet.
I'll tell you too. You could get it all if you get it with SaberSim. You pay like $25 more than you would if you just went, just got SaberSim. It's a great deal, and you could get now like 33% off with a promo code. I'm going to put it in chat.
What is it? What's the promo?
It's like NFL 2025, all caps. Let me make sure that's exactly it. NFL, I think it's just NFL 2025. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, NFL 2025, all caps. You get a discount. You get all of that. So you're actually paying less than you would pay to get these a la carte.
And there's someone that maybe people forgot existed, like Bobby Fi is going to be back one of these days.
Yeah, that's right.
This football stuff.
Bobby will be back. I'll be gone, actually.
When are you going? You're going away?
I'm going away for like 5 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for work.
Oh, okay.
I will be in Scotland and England. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
So very exciting. So.
Okay.